Hi everyone, welcome to Sattui's Wine of the Month Club cooking demo. Today we'll be making an Italian classic, Truffled Mushroom Risotto. Now this is a winter dish that we like to prepare. This dish is so versatile, it's going to sing with a lot of our catalog. Really what we're balancing here is the richness and the fat of the risotto against the acidity of the wine. And to pair it with our acid so it stays nice and bright and bold, we're going to use fresh lemon juice to finish it. Let's get to cooking. First thing we're going to do is we're going to break down our mushrooms. What we want to do is keep the natural shape of the mushroom. And as we dice it and break it down, we just want to make sure we make nice, good bite-sized little pieces that are just going to fold in very nicely into a risotto and not be overwhelming to the palate. The fun part about this is it's just going to make it more appealing to the eye, and it's just going to be easier to eat, and it's going to give you that nice plate appeal. Save the stems, they make wonderful stock. You'll be glad at the end of the day that you did. Nice, manageable, bite-sized chunks once again. All right. Next up, we're going to take a yellow onion or a white onion, whatever you have on hand. We're going to take off the stem and we're going to leave the root intact as we split it in half. So we are going to slice our onion in a radial pattern first, and then we're just going to go back through, taking our time, watching those fingers, and we're just going to make beautiful little pieces for our risotto base. Perfect, just like that. So our mushrooms, we're going to get a saute pan ripping hot. You can use a non-stick or you can use a classical cast iron. We're using a wrought iron pan here. We're going to get our oil nice and hot. We're using a neutral oil, canola, avocado, safflower, whatever you have on hand. Just you want a high smoke point. Nice even layer of mushrooms. We can go in batches. It's okay to do a few. With that, what we're really looking for here is nice even browning. And we just want to kind of really let those mushrooms stick and just really let them sear. Honestly, try and burn them. You'll be all right. You'll be surprised at how tenacious they are at holding on to moisture. We'll get a nice, deep, meaty sear. Yep, just looking like that. That's what we want to see. We used a chef's sampler mix. You can use whatever you have on hand. It's still going to have that nice earthy terroir going on, and it's going to have that nice creamy mouthfeel too once we finish. So we're going to start off with a fair amount of olive oil. Into that, we're going to get it nice and warm, and we're going to add our onion immediately. We want to see this onion become translucent, and we want to see it soften. We want those cell walls to just kind of give up their water and just kind of sweat it out. We're going to add our arborio rice. This one's actually a carnaroli, but either one's fine. Carnaroli or arborio, they're both delicious, great Italian varietals. They're both going to make delicious risotto. We want to make sure we're at a nice medium to medium high heat. We just don't want it raging hot because the starch will burn, it will scorch. We're just going to keep going until our rice gets a little bit toasty. And we see like the very beginning of just a little bit of fond building in the pan, like so. From here, at this point, we're gonna add our white wine, and that's gonna deglaze our pan. We're gonna make sure we get all those nice brown bits, that's all flavor. So now our rice is beginning to hydrate. We're soaking up that white wine. We're using our Sauv Blanc here. You can use whatever extra open bottle you have. This is the part of the cooking process where anyone walking past says, "Ooh, that smells good." So now that our rice has absorbed our wine, we are going to begin to add our mushroom stock. So this is some mushroom stock that we made earlier. You can buy it from the market or the store too, that's perfectly fine. With that, we took a separate pan, heated it up, we made sure our broth was hot so that as we add our hot broth to it, it doesn't chill out our rice, so we don't pause our cook. So we keep this train rolling. You could also use chicken stock, you could use beef stock, whatever you have on hand. A beautiful veg stock also works. So as we continue to go on, we just get a creamier and creamier risotto. All right, we're about 3/4 the way there. You can tell because our rice is looking hydrated, it's looking absorbed. So our mushrooms. Risotto is a great dish for me. It reminds me of growing up in the home and smelling this cooking on the stove and knowing that dinner was imminent and going to be delicious. To finish our risotto, we're gonna use a few different ingredients. We're gonna start with some truffle butter. And then the truffle butter we got through a local source. You can use regular butter if you like to modify this into a non-truffled risotto, but if you can source it, I guarantee you it's worth it. With that, we're gonna finish with a little bit of creme fraiche, some Parmesan. This was just pre-grated earlier, just a classic Parmesan Reggiano. And we're also gonna finish with a little bit of fresh lemon juice and some fresh lemon zest. So we zested our lemons first before preparing them like so. And we're gonna fold the zest in. Perfect. And then we're just gonna squeeze that fresh juice right over top. And that's just really gonna add that nice fresh brightness The reason why we do this last is that if we continue to cook the risotto at this point, it's going to cook the freshness out of our lemon juice. All right, let's go to plate. So we have a standard 10-inch plate here. I find the easiest way to plate risotto is a heavy dinner spoon, or we can also use a ice cream scoop like I have here. It's just easier to release sometimes if you're plating for a lot of people. But you know, for home, whatever works for you. Right in the center, the risotto should be loose enough that it will spread across the plate or move from one side to the other. And just naturally spread the risotto. Nice even plate. Top out with our mushrooms. Do a little crescent pattern. Nice and browned. Here, top off with a little Parmesan cheese. Little shaved truffle. These truffles are Périgord truffles from France. And we're gonna finish with a Napa Valley special, some fresh yellow mustard flowers. They are delicious and they make a beautiful garnish, especially against the black of the truffle. And voila, we have our lovely truffle mushroom risotto, finished and topped with our Périgord black truffle and our sautéed mushrooms. Bon appetit. Let's go ahead and give it a taste. A little bit of everything here. You get that creamy mouth coat. You get the nice flavor of the creme fraiche. The lemon sings through. The mushroom's earthy alongside the truffle. And the creme fraiche just kind of like stitches the whole thing together along with the truffle flavoring. It's great for impressing your friends and neighbors. Until next time, thanks for watching. Bon appetit.